Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Julie Mann and I show people how they can live healthy, happy, sustainable lives by changing their habits and using cutting-edge products to help them age well. And I'm really delighted because today I'm joined by Rachael Kennard-Wall. And I'm going to hand straight over to you, Rachael, for you to share your habits and also tell people a little bit about what it is that you do. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you ever so much. And well, thank you for inviting me along today. I'm delighted. It's a real pleasure. So yeah, hi everyone. I'm Rachael Kennard-Wall. I'm a PSYCH K Facilitator and a systematic kinesiologist. And don't worry, you don't need to remember those words because I think they'll be in the comments box below anyway. So, so yeah, I've been helping people to take back control of their physical and emotional health since 2001. So when you invited me along today, I got my thinking cap on because I was like, what's the best way that I can serve as many of you guys that are watching as possible? And then it came to me, it's something that we all do on some level every single day. So I thought, what better way to make a start? So just before I go into the habit itself, there's just a few things that I'd just like to just explain, because I think when you can understand why changing to a better habit is a good idea, then it makes the doing it so much easier. So I promise this isn't going to be like a science lesson, or just a real synopsis really on these things. So there's just some really important areas to understand. So one of them is something called psychoneuroimmunology. So PNI, Papa November Indigo. And if you just type in PNI into the internet, it will bring it up. So you don't need to remember the word psychoneuroimmunology. But essentially what that word means is that every single thought that we have, way that we behave, emotions that we have an impact on our bodies and every single system of our body as well. So our thoughts and our emotions are really important because they can be having a positive or a negative impact on your health. So things like happiness, joy, feeling content, they're really health-giving emotions, whereas fears and worries and anxieties, they're more stressful emotions. And when your body's in a stress mode, then it's all about survival. So healing is not on the agenda. So really just the stepping back and noticing how you feel can act as your measure really for what can be going on in your body. So like I say, the more happiness or the more things that really help to fulfill us, then they're all really medicinal, essentially. They're really healthy emotions. So just understanding that your emotions are having an impact on your body is one really important thing to remember. There's another branch of science that's called epigenetics. So epi just means above. So it's all about above the gene. So it used to be thought that our genetics, our DNA as we were born, was our destiny. Our family history is like a sure indicator of what's going to happen for our future. But the field of epigenetics is proving that that doesn't necessarily have to be the case, because everything in our environment, and I mean everything, so it's not just your internal environment, what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're putting on your skin, the thoughts that you're having, the household cleaning products that you're using, your home environment, also where you're working, your relationships with friends, the area where you live, and your thoughts about the world beyond. All of these things are, again, having that positive. So the great thing is that there are times when you can make changes in your environment to mean that you can then be paying into your health bank account, essentially, that you're able to help to switch the healthy genes on, and as much as possible, keep the unhealthy ones switched off. So that knowing that your DNA really is your blueprint of potential, and by knowing that you can make changes or choose how you'll live your life, can help to ensure that your health will be better as a result. And the third and final thing to remember is that your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. And that really brings me nicely onto what the habit is, because the habit is that everything that you're reading, that you're watching on the TV, on social media, what you're listening to, all of these things, when you're really entering into what you're watching and listening to, and if you're feeling emotions as a result, your brain, like I say, as far as it's concerned, it's happening. It's producing those chemicals, those molecules of emotion within your body, which are either turning the healthy genes on, helping to improve your health, or not. So as far as the healthy habit, it's the little things that you can do in your everyday that are moving you towards health. So if you have your phone, do you have notifications for every bit of breaking news that's happening? And you need to have every single notification, because if it's firing those stress responses every time, then again, it's not helping yourself and your own health. So with the news, can you just check in once a day, see what's going on, know what's going on, and just know that if there's something that's really important for you and your health and safety in the here and now, you're going to know about it. So just checking in, know what's going on in the news once a day, and leave it at that. The other thing is that if you watch the news on the TV, the one really, really, really positive thing that you could do is to avoid that last news program before you go to bed. Because again, if you're feeling the fears and the worries and sometimes the terror that's happening on the news, you're creating those stress hormones in your body. And so particularly if you don't sleep well, you're a light sleeper, insomniac, then by watching the news just before bed, you're then stopping yourself from being able to get that deep restorative sleep that's going to leave you feeling so much better the next day. And then really, staying on the theme of TV, is the television programs that you're watching. There's so many gritty dramas, or your murder mysteries, your thrillers, those types of programs. Again, if you're really entering into the whole scene that's playing out in front of you, you're feeling those chemicals in your body. So what programs can you watch that are better and feeding your body? And what's really important, if you do nothing else, just if you watch TV when you're eating, make sure that it's something really happy or uplifting, because again, if you're feeling those stress hormones whilst you're eating your food, you're stopping your body from being able to digest the nutrition of your meal. So are there particular game shows that you enjoy watching? Some feel good programs or documentaries? That some laugh out loud comedies or sitcoms. And the more you look out for these things, the more of them you'll find. And just try programs. If you don't enjoy it, try something else. But the more of the kind of the feel good happy TV you can be watching, again, you're going to be paying into your health bank account. And the same goes really as far as the types of books that you're reading too. I know myself, I've read the page turners and been up till 2-3 o'clock in the morning, because you just can't put it down. You need to know what's going to happen next, and then wake up the next morning feeling, quite frankly, crap. And caffeine to get myself through the day, only to somehow still manage to be reading that book the next night till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So if you're anything like me, then put the books down, maybe save them for when you're on holiday and read them during the day, and still dip in on that style of book. But otherwise, you're more light-hearted, or even just personal development style books. But something a bit more light-hearted and happy before you go to bed is going to help you get a better night's sleep. It's going to help your health. And the more that you do these things, it might be that you need to make a transition, because your body can be naughty. It can want it fixed. I need myself some driver. So yeah, just know that your body's being naughty, and maybe another day. But yeah, the more positive TV, the more positive things that you can be reading and listening to, then know that you're going to be creating a healthier life, a happier life, paying into your health bank account, and your health right in the here and now, as well as for the future, is only going to benefit for it. So that's it. That's my habit.
Wow. Oh my goodness, Rachel, so much in that. I love that you talked about DNA being a blueprint for potential, rather than it having to be the way it's always going to be, and that we have a say. And that's the thing, that we can forget that we have a say. And sometimes it's only when we feel so stressed and so unhealthy that we actually do anything about it. In fact, a lot of people are probably a bit like me, and I move away from pain rather than towards pleasure. So it can be like, the last thing I do is change something. And it's really important to get the cost of those little things, because it's about those habits compounded over time that really have the bigger impact, isn't it? So thank you so much for sharing that amazing information. And at one point, I think probably your partner was on the internet, because you slowed down, but it made it more dramatic. No, I could still understand what you're saying. So thank you So
it's good, the joys of living in the countryside.
So for any of you who this is really your first experience of Rachael, I absolutely recommend that you check her out. Her links will be down below, as will mine. So, you know, check her out, send her a message, and, you know, get in touch, ask her a question. So absolutely. Thank you ever so much, Rachael. That was absolutely brilliant. And thank you ever so much, everyone else, for watching.
Pleasure. Thank you.